Hello viewers, welcome to Codeforany. Today we need to see this here the online glossary admin apps flutters inside. We need to manage here the category. Need to add, update, deletes and list. We need to create here. But today we need to only show this here the category models, category view models and category list. You have need to develop here and need to integrate here the API data for the list. Now, first of all, we need to declare here the API names. We need to declaring here. First of all, now we need to copy this area API names and now need to set here for the categories. First of all, now need to set here the categories. Give this here the titles and now need to copy and we need to paste here one by one. So need to replace here for the area to like here and also need to change here category product category like and to copy here's and to replace with here's like this and to apply here's like here's. Now we need to save this here's. Now we need to create here the category models. We need to develop here. First of all, we need to find out here the model folders and now need to create here the new files and to give this here the name category model underscore model dot dots like this create. Now need to create here the class. We need to copy here the area models and now need to change here the name area model to category model like this. Now need to change here the area id to need to change here category id cat id like this writes and also need to maybe change here like here. Now need to change area name to cat name, so need to write down here. Also need to set here the string here's and now need to set here zone id to color like here and zone name to convert into the image like here and also need to change this here the area id to cat id name to need to set here the cat name and also need to change here zone id to need to change here color and zone name need to change here image like this creating here the category models. So need to developing here and to set this here the like here converting to JSONs need to write down here. Now need to develop here the view models. So need to develop for the category view models. Create here the view model folder inside the new files and to give this here the name category view underscore model dot dots like this creates. Now need to copy here the area view models and now need to paste here. Now need to change here category view models and also need to remove here the zone observer, remove here on loads. Need to call this here the API clear is load actions no needs and also need to change here this model area models no needs clear here. First of all need to area model to need to set here the category model like this sets imports and to set here area object to need to change here the get object like this need to write down here area name to need to set here only name for the category names need to use here and another so need to create here the colors. So need to give one that's going to use this here the txt colors like here and we need to needs here the image we need to upload that's going to declare here the finals to write down here the image is equal to we need to set here the rx like brackets inside to write down here the files and we need to write down here the dot set here the initialize with the null like this. We need to initialize and also need to import here the dart.io, like here's need to writing here's. Then after on inits we need to call this here the colors. We need to by default we need to set this here txt colors values dot text. We need to given here as a gray colors. We need to set here the 6 type b. Need to write down here. Then after we need to call here the add actions. We need to calls. Now we need to needs here the area name to need to change here get name, like need to configure certain needs here. Then after we need to set here the error message if name is empty. Then to give this here the category color, categories name, like here. Now need to same for need to set here the color txt colors. Please enter category color, like category bg colors, like this. Need to write down here. And also need to check here the if conditions. If image dot value equal to null, then to show this here the snake bars and to return these functions, please select here the category image, like this. Need to write down here. Then after we need to pass here the color here and to set here txt color dot value dot text. We need to pass this here for the add. Then after so need to for the edit action, so need to write down here and also need to modify first of all the this API. Need to needs here, need to declares. Now need to change first of all the API names here. No needs here the parameters for the list SV category list given here. Also need to change here the models category models, like the sets, and to set here. Then after so need to find out all the area ID too. Need to set here the get ID and also need to set here area ID to get ID. Then after so need to set here the color updates and now need to copy here txt colors values dot text. Need to pass here blank, like this configures, and also need to comment here the add functions no needs. Also set here the get name txt colors value dot text is equal to object dot color blank, like this. Set here the 6 time b. You need to write down here color, like this. You need to configure here image no need to set, because you need to if you update then to user can select and to add new image and to change here the category image. That's why not needs here the value need to set here, like this. Configurations are the needs here. Then after now we need to setting here another API. Need to change here. Here this post method is not work because need this here the multi-part steps. Form data into API needs. Need to add what's need to first of all need to change here the API names where category add, and then after so need to also update since and to give this here the SV category update, like here, and for delete SV get delete. Now we need to save these files. First of all, need to write down here the multi-parts API. Need to write inside the service class. Now need to go inside the service of class calls and to write down here. First of all, need to copy this here the post method to multi-parts. Need to create here. Now we need to change here the one parameters. First of all, need to change this here the name multi-part, like here, and also need to write down here the optional value for the image. We need to passing here. So need to write down here the map colons. Here we need to give this here the key names as a string. We need to pass here and we need to set here the file io.imports and to give this here the titles optionals to set here image object mg objects and to comma like this past years and to set this years. Now we need to check here these tokens need to maybe not work these things. Need to write down here the newly to first of all we need to set here the URI needs here to write down here the URI dot parse and to set here the path like this. Then after we need to create here the request for the multiparts is equal to write down here http dot multipart request and is said to set here the post method and set here URI. Like this we need to set and to write down here the request dot field and to write down here all and to pass this here the parameters like here. And also need to change here dynamic to string. We need to parse here because we need to always needs here the parsing value as a string. That's why we need to set here the configure strings maps need to parsing here like this. We need to setting here. Now if is tokens then to set here. First of all need to remove here request dot headers and now need to add fields all and like here set here the access token underscore token is equal to pass this here the token like semicolons. If is tokens like this need to write down here and to calling here. If you now need to check here if is debug then to print here the debug modes need to print here write down here service call set here the path. Then after you need to write down here the another print here the parameters need to set here service call param and to showing this here the dollar parameter string copy here dot to string like this write down here and also need to print here the headers need to printing now to copy here paste this here now need to copy here the request headers to string write down here header h small like this need to set here the logs for the API. Now we need to check here if image objects are not null then to false here image object dots need to call this here the for each loops and like this save here. Now first of all need to set write down here the multipart file so need to get here multipart file is equal to write down here the http dots need to get here the multipart file http multipart file params need to pass here. First of all need to set here the key give this here the file name so we need to configures are the needs here. First of all set here the key then afterwards need to set here's value dots need to reads by bytes and to write down here the true as string like this you need to write here now need to pass here the value dot length like this need to length since and set here the file name need to configure here save here. File name. First of all, now need to set here the imports library for the path. Right, package dot path slash path, as we need to give this here the pth, like this. Use this here the pth methods, and to write down here the page names, we need to get here pth dots, we need to set here the page names value, set here the path semicolon, so need to like this, need to write down here. Now we need to open these files inside the request dot files, write down here the heads, and to set here the multi-part file, like this. We need to configurations are the needs here. Now need to calling here the request, to write down here the request, copy here, paste this here to send, methods need to calls, then after need to get this here the response. Now we need to get the response here, response, and we need to get here the machines. Now need to get here the value is equal to write down here the value, gets here the weight, response dots, need to write down here the stream, dots need to get this here the transform, and to pass this here the UTF-8 dot decoder to join. Like this, need to write down here, and to set here the try case, showing here the body. Now need to copy this value, paste here, like. Then this value need to pass here, and to convert here the object. If successfully, then to return this here the value, semicolons need to write down here. If fails, then to fail blocks need to runs. Also need to copy here the catch errors, need to calling here, like semicolons, to clear all this. No needs now. Like this, need to write down here for the multi-parts API. Now need to save here, and to use this here the directly. Now need to copy here the names. Now need to go inside the category view models, and to add and updates inside the change this here the parts, so need to needs here inside the service calls, and to change here the multi parts. And now need to pass here the parameters, so need to configures are the needs here, need to write down here the parameters, need to pass calls, map underscores, so need to set this here the string, need here the file img objects, need to write down here. Same as now need to copy, and to for creating here the updates, and also need to pass this here image objects is equal to, need to write down here objects, and also need to set here the multi-part. Same as now need to copy, and to paste this here, apply this here. Like these configurations are the needs, and to past years. Now we need to update here the methods. Also need to check here the image is not null. Always need to given, and to pass this here the image parameters. And now need to pass here the image value exclamatory signs. Like this configures are the needs here. Now need to copy, and now need to pass here. Now, if we need to first of all check this here the nulls or not, if not equal to null, then to pass like this here value. Otherwise, need to pass here the blank. Like this, we need to configurations are the needs here. Otherwise, need to another way need to pass here the null value. Need to change here the optional value. Need to configure here the update inside. Here's pass here the optional, and need to fix this here the errors and to like here the needs for the category view models are the developings need to done. Also need to copy here these conditions and to apply this here this. Also change here category name, save it, and make sure delete inside and to set here the category id. Like this, need to configurations are the needs here. Now need to develop here the new tabs and to given this here the tab names as a category need to set here. First of all, now need to write down here the view folders inside, create here the new folders and to given this here the name category tab like here. Inside we need to create here the new files and to given this here the name category screen category tab screen dot dots. Like this, you need to write down here. Before need to creating here the UI online glossary app need to user parts need to develop. Inside need to same as need to export screens need to configure here need to needs here. Now first of all need to create here the stateful widgets and to set here the name. Need to given this here the category tab screen. Otherwise, you need to set here the category screen like this. Also need to give this here the name, but need to give this here the droppers names. Need to set here the category tab names. Now need to set here the materials. Need to import here. Now we need to first of all need to set here the txt finals. Need to get this here the cvm is equal to write down here the get dot put methods, and we need to pass this here the category view models like this configures, and also need to write down here the dispatch methods need to write here, and we need to call this here the get dot delete method inside to deinitialize this here the category view models. Get dot we need to write down here the delete semicolons, give this here the value category view models. Like this need to disposing here the needs and to configure this here. Then after need to needs here the gets here the another things need to develop here the UI. Of course need to set here the scaffold. Inside we need to make here the background colors, need to set this here the white colors, need to set here color white. Then after need to set here the F bars inside need to write down here the one by ones. First of all need to set this here the background colors, color dot transparent, so need to set here. Then after need to configure this here the evaluations, need to set here the 0. Then after need to set here the center titles, need to set here the 2. After need to create here the titles, set here the titles, and now need to set here the categories. Now need to set here the style, text style. Give this here the colors, need to pass here the T color primary text. Then after need to configure this here the font size 20, and also need to set here the font weight 700, like this configures for the F bars. Now need to develop here the body, need to needs here. First of all need to set here the columns, like yours. And maybe you need this here the search. First of all, need to set here configurations as a search. Maybe later set, no needs now. If you data more, then to put this here the top search for the category. Now no needs here the columns, need to remove here. First of all, need to set here the on observables obx, set here the grid view builder, like this set here. Need to set here the delegates silver axis counts, need to set here. Need to ask out here the given this here the true. Need to develop here the grid cells. Now child aspect ratio, need to set this here the 0.95. Like this configure. Also need to set here the cross axis spaces. Need to set here the 15s, and main axis spaces need to set here 15s. Like this configures are the needs here. Then need to write down here and to fix this format. Now need to set here first of all the padding. Const edges inset symmetric, to set here the horizontal 20, and also need to set here the vertical 20. Like this configures are the needs and to set here the const value. Now need to developing here the set here builders. Need to first of parameters need to pass this here the context, and need to set here index like here. And now need to give this here the item counts is equal to, need to past here cvm dots list array, set here the length, need to configure here like this, need to passing here. Then after need to get this here the category objects, that dot where to write down here the c object equal to, need to write down here the cvm dot list array, and give this here the index like here. Now need to return here explore cells, need to returns, need to online glossary user app, need to develop, that's need to creating here. If you not see this here the old series, first of all need to see this series, and then after need to watch this video. Inside into details in explain this here the explore cells value, need to set yes. Now need to on press event like here semicolons, and now need to modify the cells, set here the category models, and p object to need to change here c object, set here the colors, need to configure here. Now need to check here the explore models, need to go category models, and you need to return this here the colors. Go inside the category models, and you need to set here the color property optionals, and to set this here the colors, set here the string maybe, otherwise no needs here, configure, import this here maybe show here imports here the material dependency. Like this, we need to modifications are the needs here to set. Rows here now need to go inside the, maybe need to confuse here little bits to check here. Maybe depends here. Not string, but set here color string is equal to past is here. Like here. Save. Now first of all need to fix this here. Set here the C objects like this configures and to save here. And also need to write down here. Now need to go inside the main tab view and to change here the tabs. Need to configure here. First need to explore tab 2, need to write this here tab category, and to second tab inside to pass this here category tab screen and set here constant. Save here. Now need to close and to run this app and to test here. Now app is run done. Now need to show inside the simulators. Now select here the category and to getting this here the list. And next video need to add category, edit categories and delete category need to see here. If you like this video, please give the thumbs up. If you're new user, so please subscribe my channels and press the notification bell icon. You can get every new video notifications and awesome content. If you have any question, so please write down the comment sections. I will help you and sort out your issue. Everyone have a nice day. Goodbye and take care.